Hi everybody, it's Joyce here from Black Hair Compass, and I am coming to you guys with another video, with a much awaited video of how to interlock. And I'm going to review the 3 interlock methods that I know of, which is the 2-point rotation, the 3-point rotation, and the 4-point rotation. Just some quick facts about interlocking before I get into the demonstration. What interlocking is a method of maintenance that is available to you if freeforming or palm rolling is not something that is to your liking. And I suggest that my general rule of thumb is that you should do it no more frequently than every 4 weeks, but I stretch it out to every 8 weeks. Some people go longer than that, and I would say that generally speaking, the longer you go in between your interlocking sessions, the better. I also interlock on dry hair. It's up to you whether you want to do it on wet or dry hair. But the reasons why I do it on dry hair is because when your hair is wet, it's a lot more flexible than it otherwise would be. And so what that means is you'll be able to interlock your hair much tighter when wet, which in the long run is not really a good thing. You don't want your hair being interlocked to its like maximum capacity. And again, your hair is more flexible and has more elasticity when it's wet, so you'll be able to stretch it further than it really would normally go, and you'll be able to do more rotations, and therefore when it dries, it'll be super, super, super tight, probably tighter than you want it to be. But without further ado, here is a demonstration on how to interlock your own hair. Alright, so to begin, we're going to review the 2-point rotation. So this is exactly as it sounds, in that for the 2-point rotation, you will be moving in 2 different directions. I've seen some people kind of note the directions as north, east, south, west. Some people use a clock reference and they say 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. For my own purposes, I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, because this is a 2-point rotation, we'll only be going in 2 directions. So you'll start with whatever tool you have selected. Some people don't use a tool at all and they just use their hands. And so again, for a 2-point rotation, 2 different directions. And so we go for our first rotation. This will be 1. And then for our second rotation, this will be 2. And if you follow the 2-point rotation, you just completed a full rotation. You went 2 different directions. You went this way and then this way. And so to continue, if it's not quite snug to the scalp, you'll go in the same direction you first went, which was 1. And now this one's pretty snug, so I'm not going to do it again. But if it weren't, then you would go 2. One more time. All right. And so if you're using the north, east, south, west, you go north, then east. You go north and then east. And you keep doing that until the interlock gets close to the scalp, and then you would be done. So moving on to the 3-point rotation, and as it sounds, you're moving in 3 different directions. And so we'll start with 1, 2. Oh my goodness, it's so tight. And then 3. So now this is pretty snug, so it may not go through very cleanly, but you still get the idea. And you would not pull someone's hair like this. Please don't ever do that. But again, that was a 3-point rotation, and you're moving in 3 different directions. And so to use the compass moniker, you would go north, east, and south. And that's a complete rotation. And then when you're ready to do your second rotation, which I don't have room for because this is already tight, to review, you would go north, east, south. And then when you're ready for the second rotation, you would go east and then north. When you're ready for the 4th one, you would go east, then south. And so the motion for the 3-point rotation starts from the bottom. You go north, then east, then south, and once you've completed that, you go east and then north. And so what's happening is you're going in 3 different directions. You're either going north, you're either going east, or you're going south. And so lastly, for the 4-point rotation, it is exactly as it sounds. You'll be going in 4 different directions. You'll attach whatever tool you're using. You'll start from the bottom, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And to use the compass moniker, you go north, east, south, then west. And when you're ready for rotation number 2, you go north, east, south, west. And you just keep doing that. You keep moving your tool in 4 different directions until the lock is tight to the scalp. So I'm going to review those one more time, all 3 of the different rotations. And I'm going to use the clock kind of denotations. I won't actually physically do it because these are already pretty tight to the scalp, but I'll still walk you through it. So for the 2-point rotation, you go in 2 different directions. You go 12 o'clock and then 3 o'clock. And when you're ready for rotation number 2, you do the same thing again. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And you continue that until the lock gets tight to the root. Or not tight, but it meets the root. 3-point rotation using the clock moniker. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And when you're ready for rotation number 2, you go 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And when you're ready for rotation number 3, you go 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. 4-point rotation using the clock moniker. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And when you're ready for rotation number 2, you do the same thing again. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I hope this video was clear. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time.